now. Wait till you see the numbers.
But do you think, I'm going to ask you, if I may, do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across a stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent. You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news.
All right.
Yeah. Hold, please. Wait a minute. I can do this. Yeah, I can do this.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay.
Need some help?
A federal judge has ruled that Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act for swift deportations is illegal. This is what happened when activist judges ignored the law. Oh, wait, let me check something. Yes, this is a Trump-appointed judge. What's going to be MAGA's excuse now to defy due process? So, wow, there you go, right? A Trump appointee. Talk about that a little bit.
A big deal, Steph. We've been hearing a lot about this kind of litigation, mainly in the Abrego Garcia case, right? But what people may not realize is everything we've been hearing has been at a very preliminary level, because it's the judges issuing preliminary injunctions and temporary restraining orders saying, listen, if you're going to try to deport people, you must give them due process, notice, an opportunity to be heard in court before you do it. But what no judge had yet reached was what we call the merits of the litigation. Can he even do it under the Alien Enemies Act if he gives them due process? And a Trump appointee just said, oh, hell no, he can't do it because it's illegal. Why? Because we're not being invaded by Venezuela.
Yeah. And
this is a laughably easy call.
Yeah.
So
I was saying that you don't even have to be a lawyer to go, we're not at war.
The judge, Fernando Rodriguez, he said, you know what? You can't do three things. You cannot detain anybody, period, Venezuelans. You cannot move Venezuelans from one detention facility to another within the United States. And you sure as hell can't deport them. It's all unlawful. A really important ruling that sets the tone for all of this litigation moving forward.
Yeah. So the other thing, you don't have to be a lawyer. You saw on tape Donald Trump admit that he could bring Garcia back, but he won't. As you tweeted, Trump says he can, but he won't bring Garcia back. Hello, constitutional crisis. I mean, if you don't think we were in it yet, right? I mean, this is on tape on ABC, right? So what does this mean? What does this mean? And what are next steps?
What did he do by saying, you know what, the Supreme Court said facilitate his return? Donald Trump said, I can bring him back, but I won't bring him back. Right. What does that do, Steph? It makes Pam Bondi's absolute lie that she said the United States can't bring him back because he's now in the custody and control of a sovereign nation, El Salvador, and the DOJ lawyers who have gone into court and put those representations in writing. We don't have the authority to bring him back. Donald just proved that his DOJ lawyers are great big liars, including his attorney general. And the nice thing about Donald Trump saying, of course I can bring him back, that is admissible evidence. Anybody scoring at home, Federal Rule of Evidence 801D2, thank you. It's an admission. It's a statement by a party opponent. You're going to see that statement by Trump prominently displayed in all of this litigation.
So what are next steps for the Supreme Court?
Next steps are it will probably all make its way back up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court should draw a judicial line in the sand, but I'm not going to hold my breath. They should say two things. One, you can't deport any Venezuelans because, like your appointed judge, Judge Rodriguez in Texas, said, it's unlawful because we're not being invaded by Venezuela. And two, we are now giving you a date certain to return the people you have deported. And if they do that, Steph, at least we will then have a clear, definitive violation of a Supreme Court ruling. Yeah. And then there are some consequences that will flow from that.
Glenn, that ABC interview is the other moment that just underscored the idiocy of our times, right? The thing, the divergence you always talk about between, on TV and in a court of law is Trump insisting that this photoshopped, thing of MS-13 on Garcia's hands is real. I mean, this is why you can't do that in a court of law, right?
Stephan, I'm so glad that ABC journalist whose name I'm forgetting.
Terry Moran.
Yes, Moran. Mm-hmm. I'm so glad he just went directly at Trump because I get so sick and tired of hearing, for example, Pam Bondi say, these are deranged judges, and Donald Trump say, these are lunatic left judges. And Steph, why doesn't some mainstream, media journalist or reporter say, wait a minute, Judge Coffenauer ruled against you. He was appointed by Reagan. Judge Wilkinson ruled against you. He was appointed by Reagan. Judge McFadden ruled against you. He was appointed by Trump. Judge Dowdy in the 2-year-old deportation of an American citizen case ruled against you. He was appointed by Trump. And now Judge Rodriguez in the Alien Enemies Act ruled against you. He was appointed by Trump. So if they're really deranged, why is Donald Trump appointing so many deranged judges?
Right. I mean, and then you have Mike Johnson going, thinking about, we'll get rid of judges that rule against Trump. I mean, we're just in some kind of who's this Fox host, Lawrence Jones, said due process sets dangerous precedents. He said, I don't care about international law. I care about the laws that govern this country. Well, international law does govern this country. He said, I think we're setting a dangerous precedent that we have the courts involved with the visa process. This is like Trump going, we can't have trials for everybody.
What an abject idiot to say that I don't agree with the due process. It endangers the country. Okay, well, then I guess you can also say, I think First Amendment free speech rights endanger the country. I think Second Amendment right to bear arms endangers the country. I think a Fourth Amendment prohibition against unreasonable searches and seizures endangers the country, and we ought to get rid of it. The Constitution doesn't endanger the country. The Constitution protects the rights of the citizens. What an idiotic thing for that guy to say.
Oh, hey there, it's Stephanie Miller. If you're like me and you love sharp political insight, pointy, you like it pointy and sharp, bold opinions, and a touch of humor to make sense of these crazy times, have I got some fantastic news for you. The Political Voices Network is now on Substack. This is your new go-to for the best in independent media. We're talking about my show streaming daily with episodes on demand, the fearless of journalism of Brian Karem, the brilliant side-splitting satire of John Fugelsang, the unrelenting working class advocacy of Rick Smith, and so much more. Here's the best part. Subscribing is so easy. You can join for free or go to the extra mile. Support these incredible independent voices by signing up for a full subscription starting at just $8. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a chance to directly fuel fearless, unfiltered media. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Hit that subscribe button and become part of the movement keeping truth alive in an era of corporate media overload. Every subscription helps, especially yours. One more time, that is politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Sign up now. Do it.